The news in Fox News has always been a misnomer. It's mostly a propaganda pipeline fawning over Trump and feeding talking points and other assorted red meat to the MAGA base. So when they suddenly sound the alarm to him and call something dangerous, that is news. I have the breakdown of Fox's shocking break from the propaganda and the devastating reality check they've just delivered to Donald Trump coming up next. Describing anything in the Trump orbit as dangerous is probably dangerous for any Fox commentator. And in just a minute, I'll have the jaw-dropping utterance from the host who, at least on this day, is putting some journalistic integrity before job security. But first, since this story hinges on the outcome of yesterday's election, I want to give you a vibe check on both parties. Let's begin with Trump, who posted, "Trump wasn't on the ballot and shutdown were the two reasons Republicans lost elections tonight, according to pollsters." I don't think he's wrong, and that's great news for Democrats. More about that later, but for now, let's continue with reactions that beg the question, was last night a blip or a signal of how America feels and what's to come?
So Donald Trump, since I know you're watching, I have 4 words for you. Turn the volume up.
Last night, it was, not expected to be a victory. I don't think it was good for Republicans.
And as far as the Trump impact on the Cheryl voters, the reason for their vote, the Cheryl voters' vote, those who said that they wanted to oppose the sitting president, 71% of them. So this is really what led to the outcome tonight.
It was a blowout. It was a blue blowout. And if I was still a card-carrying hardcore Republican, I would be very worried about 2026. But as a no kings guy, I'm pretty happy.
So hear me, President Trump, when I say this. To get to any of us, you will have to get through all of us.
I would hesitate to overread it.
I'm a lot happier than you are sad. You're saying I'm happy. You know why? Buyer's remorse from independents. Independents gave Donald Trump a shot. Buyer's remorse. The Latin community gave him a shot. You see, buyer's remorse. Black men gave Trump a shot. They've come back home. Buyer's remorse. Why? Because people are sick of the status quo. That's why they voted for Trump the first time. That's why they voted him out the second time. That's why they voted him back in. People want change. And Donald Trump said he was going to do something about grocery prices. He's done everything, but he's putting in gold toilets in the White House. He's tearing up. He's gallivanting around the world. And you're seeing buyer's remorse in places where Republicans had some hope.
And now for our featured reaction, because it comes from Fox so-called news. This one features one of their news anchors, Bret Baier, who may be the most intellectually honest of the bunch. Watch as he crosses over to sit on one of their couch programs where the most egregious worship of Trump happens. This is fun because he crushes their MAGA spirit and cuts through the smoke they usually blow up Trump's
areas. But what should the Republicans learn from that night?
A couple of things. This is a big loss. You can say that these states were traditionally blue, but you can also say that heading in, there was some thought that, especially in New Jersey, that Ciattarelli would do better. The spreads here are surprising. Maybe not the results, but the spreads. And if you look inside the numbers, there are some dangerous things. One, young women overwhelmingly in New Jersey and Virginia supported the Democrat based on economy, on immigration, maybe those ICE images. The affordability push by Mamdani really sticks. And that's basically inflation and how people feel about the economy. So this dichotomy between how Wall Street's doing and how big business is doing and how you feel about it at home is something Republicans really have to look at. No, it really seems like it's economy. It really seems like it's how they feel, grocery shopping, and how affordability. There is some other, there's a Trump factor here. He is right to say he was not on the ballot, and when he's not, it doesn't produce the same emotion, but it does produce emotion on the other side, the anti-Trump voter, and they came out in droves as well.
That's a problem for Republicans moving forward. I mean,
He said this is dangerous. She said this is a problem for Republicans moving forward. And I say yes and yes. And Trump backing into sounding the alarm himself is poetic. He was talking about last night, but he will not be on the ballot for next year's midterms or in 2028. And he knows that the economy will get worse before it gets better. And he knows J.D. Vance has zero chance of motivating voters and capturing independents like he did. And what about those young people being inspired to vote in New York? That has to be concerning to Trump Republicans because the MAGA movement was in part built on his appeal among boomer voters who are aging out of the population, to put it nicely. If they are replaced by younger adults who cannot afford things, it will not go well for the party who is managing the economy at the time of the next presidential election. I'm Dan, and that's what I think, and now I want to know what you think. Please leave a comment below, and let's continue to occupy democracy together.